Welcome back to part two of The Dogs. I'm in the rather pleasant surroundings of the village of Edlesborough, where Nick Savard trains the dual Derby champion Westmead Hawk. Before we catch up with Nick, let's see how the mighty dog got on his comeback from injury at Monmore.
The writing surely on the wall. Mignogna following Westmead Hawk, lunging late. He's got there again. He's an icon. He's fantastic. He's superlative. He is Westmead Hawk.
But thoughts of that fairy tale third Derby looked dash after he broke a hock at Hall Green last July. Two comeback trials at Monmore gave his trainer Nick Savard confidence that the injury was no longer a problem. And Westmead Hawk lined up in a heat of the Greyhound Stud Book trophy at the Wolverhampton venue. The clearly fresh and keen Westmead Hawk turned closer to the action than we've been used to. But while the winner looked away and gone at halfway, we waited to see whether that old back straight magic was there. And it was. Westmead Hawk closed rapidly into the third bend and up the home straight, only just failing to reel in Funtime Chunky. A career which looked over last summer was now fully back on track. And on a wet Thursday back at Monmore, and despite the weather, his legion of fans turned out to see him. The bars were packed. Connections took up their table. But the thought of seeing him on parade for a race he'd won 2 years before hadn't looked on after the injury. Punter's confidence in Westmead Hawk has never waned, and he was backed into odds-on favouritism. But it was never going to be easy, as Errol Blythe reports.
The Hawks walks out at the back. It's three Moyaoki best away here. Fear Robin moving up on the inside. Around the outside is Funtime Chunky. Then comes GV. Around the second bend, Funtime Chunky badly balked. And three goes on. Moyaoki. Fear Robin in chase. Here comes the Hawk moving up into fourth. As they come around the second last bend, it's Moyaoki leading here from two. Fear Robin. Westmead Hawks closing all the time, but slightly ended there. It's going to be Fear Robin that gets first run. Fear Robin wins. Westmead Hawk stays on for second. Just ahead of GV back in third.
A fantastic victory for another comeback kid, Fear Robin, and informed trainer Mark Wallace. And the Grand Prix second once more showed a cracking mix of speed and stamina in rain-softened conditions. As for the Hawks, slow away from six, he faced a wall of dogs at the bend, but ultimately lost nothing in defeat.
Yeah, I thought Fear Robin won well, and he did deserve it. When he turned second dog, you always think he's going to pick up the front runner. But he had to work hard. I think Pat Ronson's dog surprised a few how well he came away, and he did build up a commanding lead. But Fear Robin's a strong dog over this trip, and he came through well to win.
And your thoughts on the Hawk?
You can't say you're disappointed. It's disappointing to see him get defeated. I thought he ran okay. It took him a while to get going. When he did get going, he's came with his run off the last bend, and he's get checked up twice, and he's not going to win the race, don't get me wrong, he's never going to win the race, but he probably gets photo finish out of the race, maybe beating half a length if he gets a clear run. The dog's had 2 races in a year. He's not nowhere near race fit yet. You know, we've just got to give him time and keep our fingers crossed. It's a big ask. I think a month ago I said it was 500 to 1. I still think you'd be wanting 500 to 1 before you'd be backing him to win a third Derby.
Again, because I thought he was feeling his way a bit round the bends again tonight, and it's just hope that he gets there, but I'm not so sure that he will.
Peter Meldrum says he should be 500 to 1. Would you accommodate him?
Not really, no. The 25 to 1 will still be there, so hopefully that, unless something happens overnight, then he'll be 25 to 1 in the morning.
Beaten but unbowed, Westmead Hawk prepares for the trip home. Well, it's the morning after the night before. Westmead Hawk a gallant second to Fear Robin in the Greyhound Stud Book trophy at Monmore. He arrived back at the Westmead Kennels with his trainer Nick Savard just after midnight. We're going to find out how he is and how plans for that third crack at the Greyhound Derby are going. Well, Nick, first things first, how's the Hawk this morning?
He's fine this morning. Yeah, he's come off a lot better than last time around.
That was the heats, of course.
Yeah, he was a bit tired the next day after the heat. But today, much better.
The Hawk finished second to Fear Robin.
plenty of opinions about his performance, as you'd expect, but what does the man himself say about it?
Well, I wouldn't be displeased. Watching the race, the way it was run, it was very slow away. The rain was pretty heavy during the race. There's a wall of dogs in front of him at the first bend. He never got going until the third bend. I would say I'm not convinced yet that he's on the way to as good as he has been. But another run or two will tell us all we want to know.
But is there enough time between now and the Derby to get him right?
Yes, I think so, yeah. We have a chance to give him a trial stakes at Wimbledon tomorrow week. And then back to Monmore over 6:30, a race we won 2 years ago. And that should nearly tell us all we want to know. That should bring him on.
Does he require treatment in between races now? How's the injury standing up?
No, the injury, there's no reaction whatsoever. If there was, I wouldn't persevere. It's just a matter of him settling, and
it's his age as well.
Well, his age as well, of course, yeah. But his early races after a long layoff, he tends to get a bit excited, you know, traveling and kenneling. But he should settle in the next couple of runs. Now we've gone this far, we have to go a bit further and draw a conclusion whether he's good enough to have a crack at the Derby again.
Are you excited by it?
I am, yes, of course, but I'm not convinced yet that we're going to have the old Hawk.
Perhaps a more realistic proposition for another Nick Savard Derby victory is Westmead Joe, himself a Derby finalist last year. The Midland Gold Cup champion has clearly pleased his trainer over the winter months.
I'm much happier with him this year. Many things went wrong with him last year, you know. It was a poor preparation. It was cramping bad. This year, I'm much more hopeful. He's had a four-bend trial at Monmore last week, and the cramping was very minor. He should get over it completely with a couple of more runs. And I always thought we never saw the best of him last year, and I'm much more hopeful this year.
It's a formidable Savard team for Wimbledon, with crack Irish dog Droopy's Electric also sent over to the Westmead Kennels.
Yes, I like the dog. I haven't seen much of his racing, but he's got a good reputation. He's a nice dog. He's well behaved, a happy type, settled straight away. We'll have to wait and see.
And how did it come about that you took in Droopy's Electric?
It was arranged that either Pat or Jim Buckley would come with the dog and kennel him here.
Like Seamus did with Mineola Farlow last year. Yeah.
But then suddenly they changed their mind and asked me if I would take him for them, and I did.
Other Derby contenders for Team Savard are the Oaks winner Dilemma's Flight, youngster Westmead Prince after his Peterborough Puppy Derby success, and his brother Westmead Lord, a dark horse for the Derby in many people's eyes. He's got the pace, and Nick tells us his stamina is improving. Westmead Aoife has long been a favourite of mine, and with one eye on the TV trophy, I pressed Nick on her progress.
And Nick, what's the latest on Westmead Aoife, a star of the staying game over the past couple of seasons?
She's about 10 weeks out. We will put her in training now, where she has been doing some light work, but it's the television trophy. I think it's come too early for her, you But you never know. She might consider it, but unless she's fit enough, I won't risk her.
And Olivia?
Olivia, the same. The one is still on the same time. She wouldn't be ready yet.
And no temptation as yet to send them off to the breeding paddocks?
Next time.
There's always pups aplenty at the Westmead Kennels, and here's the Hawk's first litter. And then it was time to get up close and personal with the champion himself. And the likelihood of that historic treble being landed. Is it a big price?
Well, Nick, Blue Square, the sponsors, I think make him around a 25 to 1 chance. My friend and colleague Peter Meldrum, and a friend of yours as well, says he should be 500 to 1 for Wimbledon. Is he more nearer the mark?
Well, I think it's somewhere in between. I don't know. I'm not getting involved in. I already stated that it was silly to consider backing a dog on the post well before now. So I wouldn't get involved in that.
It's the bookmakers running scared.
Yeah.
I think a more realistic price would be twice, 3 times, and as Peter says, 20 times that amount.
Well, he won 2 derbies, and I never had nothing on him. And if he was 500 to 1 this time, I still wouldn't have had nothing on him. And certainly not at 25 to 1.